Either something happened or he's just gotten really busy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I had to check
Like
in.
I was perfectly fine, but as soon as I got up Sunday, I stood up and I'm like, all right. Hold on a second, I'm gonna need a minute. And I had to sit right back down.
Cold season, man. It's not the greatest. Oh. Now I'm just recording shit for fucking the sake of recording shit. YouTube stuff, man. Ooh. Yo, I was so rusty in Devil May Cry. Caller was watching me fight Nightmare 3 times, just dying. Just dying. But yeah, so it was okay. It was a given. Baldur's Gate 3 was going to win Game of the Year. I did not expect Spider-Man to win any, so to speak, for awards.
So what did Spider-Man win?
I don't think it won anything.
Oh.
Well, I mean, in its defense, it was going against like heavy hitters like Resident Evil 4, Baldur's Gate 3. Was the big fish in the little pond.
Amazing as it is, Resident Evil 4 is a remake, and Spider-Man is great in its own right. So
yeah, but there's also the other part.
Could have at least got something.
Spider-Man's also was a what the fuck am I trying to say? It was also a PlayStation exclusive, right? So put it into media context, they didn't have a lot.
So what you're saying is all the people that do their judging, they never played it because they're all what, Xbox fans?
No, what he's saying is that because the game is only available on one console, it's kind of like, how do you give award to something that only a certain amount of people can experience?
Because it's freaking great.
Doesn't matter.
No,
trust me, I agree.
We agree with you.
I get it.
It's a business at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is it like I'm happy that Zelda, Resident Evil didn't win, because as much as I love Resident Evil 4, that's not a game that deserves to win Game of the Year or anything like that. Spider-Man, I think it's great, but again, I don't think it deserves a Game of the Year title. It's just not, you know what I mean?
It deserves a Game of the Year package, but not a title.
Yes. Baldur's Gate 3 was one of those games where it's like, it's not for me, but I see what it's doing.
It's like true underdog game, like a very true. Like, keep this in mind, Resident Evil had the backing of Capcom. Zelda, Nintendo. Zelda gets up there every single year.
Every single year.
It's the Tom Brady of the video games, man. It's the Tom Brady of the video games. It always makes it to the Super Bowl, no questions asked. It's like, okay, we're kind of sick of this, and everyone that's Zelda fans are like, you just hate our game because you hate it. No, I just think Zelda needs a break from.
When you see too much of anything, you're gonna feel like that, right? It's the same thing like with Souls games, right?
Yeah. Which is also why I'm kind of glad some of the Souls games didn't get any announcements for any DLC, any of that stuff. It's like, because the problem with Souls games is once a Souls game announces something, that's all the gaming industry
overshadow everything.
Yeah, and the gaming industry just turns into, we're gonna make a Souls-like, we're gonna make a Souls-like, and like, all right, bro.
Like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is the next big game that I'm waiting for besides Tekken 8, and it's like I've been waiting for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink for a very long time. So when they didn't announce any Elden Ring DLC at the Game Awards, I was like, okay, good. Grand Blue's gonna at least get about a month or a couple of weeks to have its own little shine. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, but I think that for the people who like that style of game, it's going to be amazing.
Exactly.
So I'm really looking forward to it.
There's a good spread of different games coming out next year. Like, Ori is making their own type of game, like a new game kind of thing, which look kind of cool. The guys who made Ori and the Blind Forest, that shit.
Did you see that one that was being made by the guys that made Dead Cells? There's like a multiplayer roguelike type of game coming out that's being made by the same people that made Dead Cells. It looks so sick.
I might have missed that because I ended up joining in late for the stream, so I might have to watch a trailer or video of everything.
Okay.
Which is fine. I have no problems with spoilers and conversations, like who made what. Alan Wake 2
Yeah.
coming in as a heavy hitter?
I
Much
don't
deserved.
understand.
No, it's the guy.
I've never played the first one or second one, so I don't really know anything. Like, when I say I don't understand, I don't mean in the sense of, like, I don't understand why it won. I mean in the sense of, like, I've only heard stellar things about number one. I've only heard stellar things about number two, but I don't know anything about it.
So here's the true reason people were excited that it was winning. Because the guy who made Max Payne is behind Alan Wake.
Oh, okay,
so that's why people are excited, because it's like Max Payne is getting up there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Max Payne was a good fucking video game.
It really was.
So it definitely, I definitely understand a lot of viewpoints of what people were going through with a lot of the things. But at the same time, it's like, oh, MCU Star won Best Independent Game. Like, fucking rights, it did. They put in work. People were upset Dave the Diver didn't win. I'm like, I understand Dave the Diver. I've seen some videos of that. It's a fun, quirky indie game. It's also a pixel game. They reduced graphics to ensure maximum amount of gameplay effort. Sea of Stars didn't sacrifice that. They offered decent graphics and an amazing story. So I'm kind of happy it won Best Indie Title. And I think Zelda won Best Sound Design, I think, or Game Narrative. It's one of the two. I don't remember.
I'm glad that Armored Core won Action Game of the Year.
Oh, fuck, that was...
Ooh, I missed that. That was surprising. That's good.
Yeah, okay, so Spider-Man was in that running too, but I'm like, no. Armored Core is just... It's way too fucking good. You can't, like... Again, in terms of, if you're looking at it from a game-to-game standpoint, toe-to-toe, Spider-Man 2 could have gone against a lot of people. However, I also know how you also gotta know how the industry thinks. They look at of what had most access, what generated most revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it was. Like Baldur's Gate 3, even though it was on PlayStation and PC, a lot of PC players are D&D nerds. You're gonna get a lot of people, and plus the game was designed really well. So, like I said, it was an independent studio that showed all the big corp studios like, hey, we can pull our own weight. Also, did you see this fucking news from the guys at Dishonored?
No.
You didn't see the trailer?
No, from Dishonored. Wait a minute. I don't remember. Was it the space-looking game?
No, my friend. It was in Paris. It was in a barbershop. It was with crosses. It was with crosses and everything, and it was talking about how the night was coming, and where a certain man with fangs said he didn't bite, but he walked during the day.
Blade.
Yeah.
I did see that one.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, man. It's the first time it's a Marvel game that's not being made by Sony Studio in the past couple of years.
It's actually gonna be good.
I mean, it's the guys from Dishonored, man. They did a pretty good job.
Yeah, they really need to start making these movies better. Like, I mean, has there been? I don't even know.
Like, I know Deathloop wasn't as good. I understand that, but like, I don't know. I mean, they're going for it.
I gotta play that game still. It always did interest me.
Deathloop, it's an interesting concept for sure. The only thing I'm worried about is because now Bethesda's owned by Microsoft, it might be an exclusive. Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Max Payne was it was a video game first before it turned into a movie, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2, Xbox. Bye. Bye.
I only played the first two. I never played the third one that came out for the PS3, I think it was.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't play the third one either. Good night. See you later. Call for help. Call for help. She's adorable. My God, my life is just. But yeah, no, it's one of those Game Awards where I could care less about the nominees. I didn't really care. It was just more or less what was coming out, man. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just curious about that roguelike because I don't know if you saw it. It's a roguelike prequel.
Which one?
The Ragnarok DLC that's coming out on the 12th.
Yeah, a roguelike prequel. When I was watching the video and I heard someone say roguelike, I was like, maybe my ears are fucked up because it sounded like they said roguelike, and I was like, so I'm thinking like in the first God of War 2018, remember they had that little section that was like the mist?
Yeah, that wasn't Niflheim. It was
Niflheim.
Nifl, yeah.
So I was like, okay, and I'm like, that was one aspect of like God of War that I really, really liked. Like the first time you get there, it kind of just like it was just really dope the way that they did it. When I saw that they were bringing Kratos back and whatnot, I was just like, okay, well, this is definitely not God of War like Egypt. You know what I mean? This is clearly DLC added on, but it's like, are we playing as Kratos or are we playing as Atreus? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
2-2s, you see Kratos, and I'm like, again, I'm shocked again because I'm like, for sure, I thought if there was DLC for this game, it would have been about Atreus. So I was like, okay. True. It's interesting to see where they're going with it, right? I don't think that they're done with Kratos. I just thought that the story for Ragnarok, if God of War never has DLC, so I was like, if they do make DLC, I would think it would be about Atreus. I didn't see it being Kratos, right? So it's kind of just like,
And that's the thing with the game is like, I think the situation kind of comes down to like, they probably are going to make DLC for Atreus. They probably are. But because like, it's kind of like, the direction is tough because you have to sit there and consider what exactly you want to do with that game going forward, right? Like, you can't have Atreus kind of like fighting gods back to back because that was Kratos' thing. So what are you gonna have Atreus do? Is he gonna try to unify certain things? Is he gonna hunt down rare things? Is Atreus, for all intents and purposes, gonna be like Nathan Drake, where he's gonna go to the villages and stuff, like, hey, we gotta secure this ancient treasure because it's too dangerous, or kind of thing like that, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. God, I loved this game as a kid, and then I remembered why I hate this game as an adult. Too much Actraiser. It's one of the ones I'm trying to, I've been trying to record a playthrough of this thing, and I'll be honest with you, like, yeah, I'm recording audio of us talking and stuff, but like, the RNG in this game, like, now that I've played it, I'm like, this game has too much RNG. I literally have to get them to the northwest of the map, and I can't because everything's maxed out. I don't know what happened.
See, like right now, I'm on like the second last boss for Remnant 2 on Nightmare mode. I was saying to Carla the other day, I'm like, I've been getting a lot of loot, I'm getting this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? I'm like my builds are coming together. I'm like, it's time I start playing on a harder difficulty now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, let's go jump to Nightmare. And I started playing through it, and I'm doing good. I mean, I've died. Like, I knew I was going to die. I didn't think it was like I wasn't going to. But I'm doing a lot better than I thought. So now that I've made it this far into the game, if I can beat it, then that might become like the regular playing mode for myself, you know what I mean? And then eventually kick it up a notch to Apocalypse and all that shit.
Damn, that's not good for both of you guys. Fuck. Well, you know what? Let's be real. At least I'm not one of those friends that's super pushy, like when we're getting collab next. I'm just like, as long as you guys get good health, I'd rather you guys play healthy than miserably.
Funny you should ask. Hey, Crawler?
Huh?
Or funny, I said funny he should say that, Crawler?
Why? What happened? What'd I do?
No, because when he first called me, he was like, "Oh, you want to run some REM?" And I'm like, "Bro,
I'm
I
down.
have the worst headache right now." Okay, and he's like, "All right, cool." And it's like, I know it's a game, but you
I
do
knew he didn't
require a
feel
certain
well. I
level of
knew he didn't
focus.
feel well, but I was like, let me just, you know what I mean? Like, just in case it's like,
Yeah,
but I
no,
was
fair
like,
enough.
but I get it
It's
though.
like,
I
well, I
get it.
mean, yeah, because ultimately I'll know how I feel, right? So if you
Yeah.
present the question and I'm like, yeah, cool, let's go, then that's on me, right? So,
Yeah. That's why I was like, let me just throw it out there because it's like, I'm like, when I play with you guys, I played with my homie Graydon the other day, but I used my character, and I think what we should have done is we should have played on a higher difficulty, but
Yeah.
it was still I obviously I try to make sure like I don't do the whole I'm gonna wipe out everything on the screen. Like I just fucking I pepper this, I pepper that, and I wear light armor so I can still take massive damage. You know what I mean? So we get like a
yeah,
fun experience. But I think when I play with you guys, regardless, because I've beaten the game on different difficulties, I'll have permanent unlocks. So regardless, it's like if I start a new game with you guys, I think that'll be a better playthrough.
Yeah, I'm down. That's fine.
There are certain the only the only benefit slash downside to it is that if I play with my regular character, if I have equipment that opens a certain door or opens a secret passageway, it's like we would be able to do that right away. But
So,
it's like
so what you're saying is you're gonna role play as a character who's like, "Oh, my older brother went through here," and then we're gonna hit this door with the key that can't be opened. He's like, "Oh, wait, let me call my older brother. He'll know." And then you're just gonna turn to your main character, like,
turn
"Stop,
to my main character, pop back in.
stop."
Hello, what's
Brother,
going on?
he said, my brother said you need help. Let me get this key
Yeah,
for you."
all right.
Or better yet, actually, you know what? Fuck it. I was a wasted opportunity. You should have been gone to Jing.
Right, like there's moments like that where it's like there are certain quests that are one time playthrough and those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, I have three options, but in order to get all three rewards, I have to play this quest line three times. So it's like, okay, well, what do I want for the first reward? It's one of those things where it's like, I could say, yeah, do this, or there's certain puzzles that I don't remember because one of them is like a puzzle where it's like this NPC asks you a series of questions and you have to answer with the correct answers to get one of two traits. Like that one I don't know. But like there's safes in the game that have certain combinations. I know the combinations to try.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like it's there's things like that where it's like I'm not gonna make us run around searching for the little blue tag hanging out of the top brick in the upper corner of the sewer because that's gonna give us our clue to whatever. There's certain things that are just like, guys, open the safe. You get a ring. You're probably not even going to use it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, like it's the same thing with the same situation we ran Remnant 1. We're like, okay, does it make me stronger? Yes, okay, then I'll get it. Does it make me, is this super rare? Yes, then okay, we'll do that instead. I can get
yeah,
stronger later. Yeah.
there's certain things in the game that I like though, where it's like, if we're doing a new playthrough, it's like say for instance in one area of the game, if you draw like a certain thing, if you have the right helmet, it'll scan you, open up, and then you get a weapon. But in order to get the helmet, you have to do a whole series of a bunch of other shit. You know what I mean? Not a whole series, but you just have to do some other stuff. You know what I mean? And it's
Oh,
all
fair
tile
enough.
set dependent. It's all tile set dependent. So it's like you could today. I was playing with my buddy Graydon, and he rolled a tile set in the game that since I've been playing, I have yet to roll. I have never rolled this tile set myself. I have only joined people on it. I've never rolled it myself. And Graydon's been on the game for like a week.
That makes
He's like,
sense.
yo, I need your help with this puzzle. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
That
How about
makes
that? How about
perfect
you go
sense.
fuck yourself? That's what I think you should do. You should go fuck yourself, okay? Because I don't know
Go
what that
figure that
puzzle.
shit out on
I
your
know
own.
what that puzzle is, but it's one of those. It's one of those ones where it's like I was streaming and someone joined the chat and they were just like, "Oh yeah, you're looking for this," and I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Okay, I'll let you know when I have it." I added them, and then eventually one day they messaged me and they were just like, "Yo, I have this tile set," and I was like, "Oh, okay, sick." You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope. Well, you guys recover tomorrow you can watch me play some Digimon on Twitch, some Cyber Sleuth.
Nice.
Some Part 2, where, you know, almost every female character is half dressed for some fucked up reason.
I really gotta play this Final Fantasy VII remake, you know. I never played the original, I should at least play this one.
The original has a fast forward button if you get the one that was re-released for modern consoles.
That was re-released, yeah?
Yeah, it has a fast forward button, and then like a one-hit button. If you just want to, like, okay, that's what I did for Final Fantasy 9, because Final Fantasy 9 has the same thing, it's a one-hit button.
Like, I started playing Final Fantasy 16 the other day, and like, it was one of those games where it's like, I saw the ethereal hand come out of the PS5, reach into my chest, grab my soul, and was like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "No!"
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this yet.
Yeah, see, I gotta buy a capture card, and I gotta buy it ASAP.
Yeah.
Because now they have now I have a streaming laptop, I'm just fucking set it all up and start going through those games.
Now that I'm back home from my mom's, and I'm gonna be home for at least a week, I'm gonna try to stream Final Fantasy 16 every day.
You know what, I'll probably try and catch those streams to see if there's any block scenes on the damn thing. Or you let me know, because if there's no block scenes, then I'll stream it on my shit too.
It'll either be Final Fantasy 16 or Monster Hunter Rise. One of the two.
Oof, Rise. Yeah, so wow,
we'll save that Rise for me, guy. Is it still on sale?
I don't know.
Motherfucker
yeah, that one. I wouldn't mind running that one.
Motherfucker came out of the grave to tell you, yo.
Out of the grave, yo. Yo, Ree, when he called me, I called him and he didn't answer. He didn't call me back. I'm like, this motherfucker, you're not even gonna call me back? So then I'm like, okay, he's probably just chilling or whatever. Maybe he's busy. So a day went by, and then he called me the next day. Ree, when I answered the phone and he goes, yo, and I heard his voice, I thought he was legit somebody else. Like, I took the phone away from my ear and I looked at the phone and I was like,
friggin' guy.
I was like, that's weird.
Is this gonna be a Liam Neeson thing, or is this gonna be a?
I was like, what's going on here right now? Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta save this build. Okay,
right,
so what is this one now?
Just to give people context, because you're saying I'm recording for YouTube, so I might as well do my due diligence and do a Let's Play conversation. Just to recap, Actraiser Renaissance is a game from the Super Nintendo era that has, it's pretty much under the same genre as a God game. You guys know what a God game is?
No, I don't actually. So, wait, where you play God in the game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so it has action sequences and then sim-like sequences. The action sequences are basically you play as like the avatar of God of Light. You go through the dungeons, you fight the bosses, yada yada. The sim-like sequences is you play a legitimate angel and usually demons and shit. The difference between the Super Nintendo and this version is the Super Nintendo one, the monster pits, had a finite number of monsters. So if you cleared them all out, you're just chilling. You're not doing much. You're making sure the village grows. You call it a day. The remade version now, the monsters spawn infinitely. There's tower defense mechanics. And way too much RNG. There's way too much fucking RNG for this.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing that kind of bugged me the most is like... there was one that I think I recorded 3.5 parts for because it just wouldn't roll the population number that I needed to complete the next quest. So I was a little upset. I was like, this is ridiculous. Alright. Let's put a bell here. And then there. One there. Okay, we're good. So yeah, with the tower defense situation, the angel can't attack the minions because they're too low to the ground. I was like, that's fucking dumb.
Who can't do what?
the angel that's in that I control in the sim sections. But the heroes that you have on the lands, they can fight the monsters for you and your towers. Your towers can help defend against it. Yeah. However, I can use my godly powers to strike thunder and shit on them. Right? Actually, let's get you over here. But yeah, man, that Monster Hunter Wilds looks amazing. I'm excited for it.
It does look very good. Death, I agree with you. Yes.
We'll use the fucking Gambit Bounty Hunter. But yeah, oh, did you also see the fucking Sega trailer?
Yes, sir. Shinobi.
Fucking Golden Axe.
Crawler, when you get a chance, look up this Sega trailer from the Video Game Awards, okay, sir?
Sega trailer?
Sega trailer. Yeah.
When you get a chance, look that up, sir. That shit looked absolutely chef's kiss.
It was pretty fucking glorious.
Sega trailer.
Like that shit was awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
The fact that they even decide to do that is just crazy. Gotta click that magic.
What was Falcon doing up there? Was he just talking about season 2 for Twisted Metal, or was there like another game or something?
Yeah, he was nominating. He was doing the nominees for something, and then he was also announcing season 2 of Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
There was some other celebrity up there too that I saw. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Shang-Chi, man.
Who?
Simu Liu.
No, not
Shang-Chi
him.
guy. And then
The next guy.
Then there was Hideo Kojima and Jordan Peele, and that.
Yeah, what was that one about?
Oh, Demon. Yeah, they're making a horror game.
Hideo and Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a brand new something, or something that he made already?
No, brand new something.
Nice.
Who would have thought, man, Jordan Peele...
Did you see Kojima's shoes?
They were fucking red.
Okay, I'm not going crazy here. I saw Kojima's shoes and I was like, bro, your shoes are fucking fire. I was like, what are you wearing?
Blood shoe.
It was wild, man.
That was an Easter egg for the game.
Probably.
Has something to do with shoe.
Like, that man's a video game genius.
He really is.
Like, it would be dumb to counter that argument because from Metal Gear all the way up, like, he's a genius in his own right.
I am in a heavy standing that Metal Gear Solid 3 is definitely one of the top 5 games of all time.
Snake Eater?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, yeah. It is one of the greatest video games of all time.
So, you know what's... Go ahead.
I don't want to discount that. Actually, I can't discount that statement. But the reason why I struggle with it is because all the other Metal Gear games are fucking sick, but that one was so sick, it's like one of them has to stand out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like one of
100%.
them has to stand out, yo. And Snake Eater was, yeah, Snake Eater was ridiculous, yo.
No, it was one of those things.
Go on.
The one thing though, I was just gonna say to add to the video game words, we'll get back to it, was Konami did not make a presence, and that scares me. It scares me a fucking lot because they announced.
He's got empathy and he's got vicious. I hate this game.
Like, it's one of those things where they announced a lot of fucking games. They announced a lot of Silent Hill games that were going to come out, and they didn't show any presence. They haven't shown any presence for the entire fucking year.
Hold on, actually, Ryu. I have to say one thing. What kind of gaming show rigged bullshit is this with Cyberpunk winning best ongoing game?
Yeah, I saw something about that, and I'm like, why Cyberpunk winning anything?
Max made a point. And he said that it's kind of basically like essentially that they fixed the game so much, and everybody shit on the game so much, and now it's like it's so much better than how it is. It's like, you know, people gotta kind of give it its respect now. But it's like, for me, I was like, guys, you put Cyberpunk up there with hear this. I don't remember what the last one was, but it was Cyberpunk, Apex Legends, and Fortnite, and then something else.
Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact, that's what it was. And you're telling me Cyberpunk beat those Genshin Impact, Fortnite,
and it's reasons like that why I said Spider-Man should have definitely won something. I don't give a fuck if it's exclusive or not, because that game was trash when it dropped, and then they had to fix it up, and then everybody said, oh, okay, maybe it's not so bad. It was like, well, if that was the case, it would have been good from drop.
I'll explain this. I'll explain this as best as I can to where it makes sense. So here's the thing. I'm playing for each individual game. This is the reason why they had a chance of winning, but they didn't win. Apex, other than a new season revamp, ain't nothing really major going on with that shit until next year for the Final Fantasy.
It was the default guy. They put it in the default pool.
Then there's Genshin Impact. Let's be real. Genshin Impact has gone a bit on the wayside from Honko Star Rail, and also Genshin itself ain't got much going on with it. You know what I mean? There's not much hype behind it. Fortnite, sure, it had a lot of events, it had a lot of stuff going on. Motherfuckers going through lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. That would have been called out if they won. Cyberpunk literally had the best chance of winning because CD Projekt Red is one of those publishers that actually cares about each and every one of their projects, and they will do what they can to fix it. Now, that's
why would Fortnite why would Fortnite get dinged for winning because they're going through lawsuits?
Because
I mean, it's not like if it's like from a real person standpoint, yeah, okay, I saw him beat up an old lady, why are you giving him accolades? But it's a game, so why would the lawsuits affect it when being a game?
A game that's buying licensed product and potentially stealing other licensed product doesn't deserve to win a reward. It's basically what its standpoint is.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the standpoint it kind of sits at for that portion there. And I know where you're coming from, where it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why is that thing? It's like, because, trust me, man, it's the internet, and people will dig into it. You can't really deny that situation. I'll be an author. So, like, I understand where everyone's coming from, why they're upset, and I get that, but let's be real. All the other games never had a graphical overhaul a procedural overhaul, storyline, bug fix.
I will say, Fortnite did get a graphical overhaul going on Unreal 5.
But I'm talking about in a short period of time.
Oh, okay. Difference.
Right? Yep. Like that's the thing. It's just they're ongoing, but they got to when they got to it, where like, you also got to keep in mind all three of those games are online only,
and
Cyberpunk's not. Which also was a little odd for me because I didn't make it
to be in there as well.
Because Destiny 2 should have been the one up there.
Destiny 2 should have been there instead of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Destiny 2 fan. It just makes sense for ongoing
for the type of games, ongoing online games.
Now the other thing that was kind of wild is, oh wait, no, it wasn't Genshin. Fuck, you know what it was? I think it was Final Fantasy 14. Now that's where that fucking.
Speaking of which, was that one even on there for anything?
Yeah. It was nominated, but I don't think it won.
Let's see here. Actually, no, never mind. Final Fantasy 14 won Best Score in Music. I'm gonna fucking back that shit up. They got some, some of that music, bro. Okay. Let's see here. Games for Impact. That's whatever. Best ongoing game. Yeah, sorry. So it's Apex Legends, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite. It took out it won against 4 big hitters in terms of ongoing game.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I get your points, but I'm just like, the games it went up against though are not like, it wasn't, and I'm not going to say like Valorant's not popular because obviously it is, but it's not like Valorant or what's another one, like Smite, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so I didn't see the rest of the categories. Best community support. So here's the thing, when you start looking at all the winnings and stuff, first of all, I'm not gonna lie, best community support, Destiny 2 was never gonna win. Cyberpunk 14 and Baldur's Gate makes sense. No Man's Sky had a lot, but they also lied on their fucking launch. Let's see what else is here.
Them to a damn lie.
Best action adventure was, of course. So action adventure, I kind of feel was a given. I think Zelda fans would have fucking eaten everyone alive in there if they didn't win. I personally feel.
They won that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't see the best fighting. Okay, never fucking mind. Nickelodeon, Pocket, God of Rock. What? Okay, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 6. You had fucking Guilty Gear, I think. Didn't Strive come out this year? No, Strive didn't come out this year. It came out last year, right?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, they never really had competitors to begin with. Never fucking mind.
Fighting games?
It was Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat. They were the 2 big ones this year, weren't they? Yeah. And then, the fact that Pikmin 4 won Sim Strategy is amazing. Best family game, Super Mario makes sense. That's all gonna. Multiplayer. Multiplayer's a bit of a stretch. Most anticipated, obviously, Final Fantasy Rebirth. Best adaptation. Okay, best adaptation was kind of wild because they had 2 movies and 3 TV shows.
It's like, pick one, guys.
It was The Last of Us.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I'm on like episode 3 for that show. Freaking amazing so far, yo. It's like I was even saying to Wizzo, it's like this is why like big companies like Disney, or sorry, not Disney, failing at their IPs, because it's like this was a game, right? And they're doing it so good, like they're sticking to the story.
Well, okay,
or when they're in the hotel, like I'm watching the show, and I feel like all the memories from when I first played the game was coming back to me. Right? But then it's like you have stuff like you have stuff like Flash, like you guys are doing Flashpoint, like Regin, like you mentioned DC, and that's literally one of the first things that come to your mind. It's either Injustice, when Superman goes bad, Flashpoint, or some other one-off ridiculous comic, Tower of Doom, Red Death, like all of that stuff comes to mind, right? So it's like how you guys keep. I even recently watched Blue Beetle, and I'm like, so this is basically like this, like they did it like a sitcom with people that has superpowers. That was done in that's like a low key telenova.
Well, I mean, in their defense, Blue Beetle definitely needed some fucking, like, DC movies
But
need some
and then it's like
comedy.
if they're gonna do something, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like when they're hanging out, trying to like have whole faith in them, and it's just not, you know.
Like, so here's the thing: is for me personally, I think when it really comes down to it, for Last of Us, yeah, they kind of have things said. Like, you know, you can't really deny the fact that they're gonna. I mean, Last of Us itself, in its own right, is like a fucking story. Like, the game itself is a TV show.
Yeah, but the thing is, they stuck to the script. Like, they could have flopped it by doing whatever they wanted, or, you know, making it like, oh, this happened or that happened. I think the only thing they did, I don't know if you guys are good at like spoilers or whatever.
I mean, if we played the game, we have the fucking.
Yeah, so I think the only thing that, don't quote me on this because I can't remember exactly, but I think the only thing they did was there's one set of characters in there that weren't gay in the game, but they're gay in the show. But from what I've heard, they weren't gay in the game, but they were gay in the show. And from what I've heard, it sounded like the guy that was describing it was of like-minded people like me and you, like us. And he was saying that even though it was in there, it wasn't in there in a way where it's like the whole 2023 thing where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna shove it in your face. Like, it was in there in a tasteful manner where it's like, oh shit, well, this wasn't part of it, but oh, I could fuck with this. You know what I mean?
You read it in the notes, and then you also started reading how it deteriorated because it was like, it was the fucking apocalypse. Like, relationships started to deteriorate, and it was like, oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Like, this explains why they're angry at each other. But they weren't angry at each other because of like a fall through a relationship. They're angry at each other because, yo, this motherfucker stole my battery.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, their whole sexuality or whatever, like they didn't play it up like it's like a shove it down your face, your throat type of thing. It was just like, oh, these guys, this is how they are, and then outside of that, this is what's happening around them. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't gotten to that part yet, so I don't know. But from the reviews that I heard, that was one. Not to say like it was a negative thing that they highlighted from when I was hearing stuff about it, but it's one thing that was pointed out because obviously people who play that game love that game, especially if you happen to be a parent at that time. You know what I mean? You're just like, yo, that game just sticks with you. You know what I mean? So that was one thing that they noticed was different, and they were like, okay, you know what? I don't mind this. This can go on.
The game's really well done, and so I'm excited for next year. What's her name? The girl that started Ghostwire Tokyo. She started her own video game studio, and that game looked actually fucking amazing. Like, artistically, it looked amazing. The problem with it is, the only issue I have with a lot of art like heavy games, like where it's so beautiful looking and really great to look at and everything and visually appealing, you start to pull away from gameplay, and then your gameplay becomes monotonous and very like repetitive. And it's like, I get it, you want people to look how pretty it is and stuff, but I'm like, that's not going to engage me all the time. Like, it's best to like make the gameplay a little bit more decent so people can be like, okay, let's go ahead and enjoy ourselves with the game and how pretty it looks. Like, again, I don't mean to use this, but it's true. Ghost of Tsushima. I honestly, compared to Elden Ring and Tsushima wins out.
Like, it's pretty, but there's a crap ton of shit to do to show off the prettiness. Like, I can have a pretty shirt, I'm not gonna wear it every single day.
Exactly. Let's put these guys down. Set up the defenses. Another tower segment. I just need to get enough front content to get this all scheduled together. There we go. Yeah, no, I'm excited for next year. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't announced, and there's a lot of stuff that was announced.
These guys didn't even say nothing about Hades 2 again.
There's a lot of games coming out fucking in the next 3 months. It's insane. It's insane. Like, a lot of them all coming out in February, this. I'm like, for real? Like, you guys were just working on it for this long, and it's just gonna come out like that. Like, it's hard to have that trust, if that makes sense, because it's like, I don't know if it's true or not that this is gonna come out. Like, that's where my stance kind of sits at right now, where it's like, I don't know what the answer is going to be for that. So we'll see what happens with a lot of these games. Gotta position this person over here, collect that. I think I read this wrong.
Oh!
You just get jumped?
No. I'm just fighting this boss that's like a real piece of work.
I need some hero. Let's take these guys all out. Perfect.
Oh.
This is a rough one. Okay, well that one's done. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun year. Let me see the games out announced again. Oh,
Definitely gonna be a fun year.
I love how Jeff Keeler's like, oh, I got to demo this game and I got to demo this game, but it ain't coming out till this year for you, blah. And everyone's just like, we're fucking over this. Yeah, I was watching Maximilian's stream too, by the way, so you probably...
That's what I was pretty much watching it on.
Let's see. Oh, wait, no, I saw something that Crawler is going to be interested in. Supermassive's coming out with another game, bro.
Who?
Supermassive, you know, the Medium.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guess who they're collabing with? It's a collaboration story. Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a story.
Hopefully something good.
It's a story-driven one for a new killer. I guess they're bringing out. And Space Marines is it out? First Defendant, The Last Sentinel. I think I saw The Last Sentinel. There was a lot of trailers. Oh yeah, it's Visions of Mana. How the fuck did I forget that, man? Oh, that game looked really pretty. The game looked really good.
It did look really good.
And then the Dragon Ball game.
Tenkaichi?
Sparking.
Sparking, what is it?
Sparking Zero.
Sparking Zero.
Yeah.
Crawler, look that one up when you get a chance, sir.
So which one?
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
There's
Not Tenkaichi?
It's a Tenkaichi game. It's just a new name.
Yeah.
And then, what was it as well? Just thinking, what else was there? There's a new Jurassic Park coming out with a survival horror game. So that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like gaming's coming back to, not like it, I'm not saying it's coming back to its golden age, but I feel like it's coming back to its common sense thing where it's like, okay, we're going to announce games that we have that are developed, that are coming out soon, as opposed to like here's the thing about certain franchises, like Monster Hunter, say they're coming out in 2025, it's going to come out in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
The what's it called? Monster Hunter Rise or Wilds is one of those ones where it's just like, it's like the whole world is willing to wait for that. You know what I mean? Because everybody knows what they're gonna get, right? So if they're like, hey, we're a year and a half out, they know everyone's gonna be like, okay, cool, no problem.
You want to know why?
Just start saving from now?
It's because they're gonna fucking tease the shit out of the monsters coming out. I feel like they're just gonna be like, hey, remember this creature? Remember this monster? You guys remember this monster? It's like, this monster's coming in, and they're gonna announce like newer ones. It's and it's in the fucking Monster Hunter World engine, man.
Yep.
It's gonna look so good. You wanna know what's the dark side about this game here, Wizzo?
Which one?
The Actraiser game that I'm playing. I have to increase my population in this town. You wanna know what they tell you how to do it? Hey, destroy their fucking homes. Because then they'll build better
like
homes.
A very unfriendly thing to do.
They're gonna build better homes that's gonna hold more people. Just destroy their home.
That's amazing.
Sounds like a Mayor Ford type thing.
Yeah, that's between you guys. I ain't touching that conflict with an 80,000 foot pole. That's a you problem. We got our own problem over here. Build.
Okay. That one's not doing it.
Alrighty.